I am sure sports. You know me there. I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy, 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 boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never see no game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here. For the date done, you a go love over yourself.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
All right, good morning, and welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I'm your host, Man. Yes, it's a good day. Yes, the 30th day of January 2022. And as usual, we have, these programs that we do is that are focused on hearing some stories about some players that you may not have known, you may not, if you're not from a particular part of Jamaica, you may not know the level of their accomplishment, some of the difficulties that they would have gone through. We have one such person today that will be joining the show because we have a few shows today that we will be doing. We have a show lined up that will be covering the schoolboy football. That's the Olivier Shield. Yes, the Olivier Shield are on today, where Kingston College will go up against Garvey Marseille. Will the Olivier Shield stay in Clarendon, or will it move back to Kingston? Will it remain under the control of the DaCosta Cup team? Yes, or like I said, will it go back to the corporate area? We have JPL games also scheduled for Sunday, right? Those games were pushed back from today because of the Olivier Shield, and they will be played on Sunday. So lots of activities going on. So we're going to be talking about those JPL games. However, we also have Jamaica versus Panama in a crucial World Cup qualifiers, and we will also be discussing that on a later program. But first, I must say a big thank you to the sponsors of this video, Prestige Finance, lending a helping hand when you need it most. They are located in Linstead, St. Catherine. And at this time, if you call them and you say to them, I got your info from I Am Sure Sports. They will give you a loan up to 100,000 Jamaican dollars. Yes, indeed, up to 100,000 Jamaican dollars. And here's the good news, because you're an I Am Sure viewer, subscriber. Here's the good news: you don't have to, watch this, you don't have to pay any processing fee, and you will get your loan same day. Whatever day you go there, you'll get your loan at 0 to 4% interest rate. So check them out. Make sure you mention I Am Sure Sports when you go there. Also want to also thank Launch Legacy. Yes, Launch Legacy are also on board. Launch Legacy, yes, all the way over there in Canada. They handle risk and seek legacy, right? For all your personal insurance needs in Canada and the USA. Visit them at launchlegacy.com or call or text, yes, 647-989-0782. Listen, someone is right there right now waiting. Listen, waiting to support you and give you advice. If you are a footballer, person in sport, this is the person, this is the place, Launch Legacy, that you need to contact. They will certainly help you in terms of having money for when you finish playing the sport and life continues. Listen, football don't last forever. And you could live 30 years after you finish track and field, cricket, football, whatever sport. You want to make sure that you have managed your finances well. And that is by making your money work for you. So call Launch Legacy and they will help you with that. And Patrick Reed will be there to assist you with all that you need. Yes, like I said, we have our very special guest who will be joining us very shortly. His name is Garfield uh, Plummer. Yeah, I think they call him Fildo out there in Manchester. Attended Kingston College, went to Manchester High, then went to Holmwood. Um, you know, I also played for Los Perfectos, the team out of Manchester, who participated for many years and had a level of success, though they have never won a title. They were very successful in the local Premier League back in the day here in Jamaica. And so he's going to come on and share his story with us. We also have a couple of our subscribers that it is their birthday today, and so we want to wish them happy birthday. One is a beautiful female over there in Old Harbor, St. Catherine. Yes, Petulia Bird is her name. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful young lady. It's her birthday today, so happy birthday to you. And one of our subscribers over there wishing you all the best. Hope that you will live to see many more birthdays. Also, Persha Smith, one of our subscribers out there, all the way down in Western Jamaica in a place called George's Plain. He celebrated his birthday yesterday. So happy birthday to you as well, Persha Smith. Hope you had a wonderful birthday. And wishing you all the best. Hope you live to see many more birthdays. Yep. So there you go. Yeah, man. So getting ready to do this interview right now. So just give us a few seconds for our guest to join. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. But how you doing? I mean, come on in. I mean, what question? Do you know this player? It will be interesting. Yeah. Yes. Really looking forward to this one. It promises to be a good one. Yeah, promises to be a good one. But all kind of sporting activities happening today. I mean, the reggae boys are people say they're in, some people say do or die situation. Others are saying it is a die situation, that there is no Houdini, there is no escape from this dilemma that we are in. But we still believe, we still, have a slim chance of finishing fourth, though it looks very, 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 very difficult. But you win in Panama over there, you beat Costa Rica here. You have two more home games against two teams you can beat. That's Honduras and El Salvador. That's 12 points, brings you to 19. And you play Canada, who would have qualified at this time and could rest some of their better players, maybe opening the door for us to get 3 more points, possibly, which would now bring us, yes, to 22 points. Um, so many things will have to work in our favor. But what to do but to believe? That's all we have to do. Yeah. So we will see. Yeah, yeah. So we will see. But yep. What a weekend. What a weekend. I mean, still trying to recover from our defeat to to Mexico. Oh my lord. I mean, so many ifs, buts, and maybes. But that's just how football is. You know, um, the campaign was in problems from the very beginning. And I think the entire Jamaica, home and abroad, needs to take responsibility. There is some responsibility that we all have to take. We didn't lift our voices enough. For example, for the government to open the stadium so that fans could go in and support the team throughout the campaign. We never did that. There are so many things that could have been done. We never have seen so many protests organized about so many things. But did we really, do all that we can, all that we could to get the campaign going? So, I don't know. Big up, Stone Love in the building. We're going to try and see if we can sort this out with our guests, see if we can figure it out. Um, uh, Figure out what's happening right here. So give us a sec. Let's see if we can fix this situation right here now. Big up Jamal Green, Kingston College. Bless Fortis. Will Kingston College be able to lift the Olivia Shield today? Or will Mr. Garfield uh, Cousins, Gregory Cousins, and the young gun from Over Cavaliers there, Cleo Clark, be able to, beat KC to bring the Olivia Shield? We're going to talk about that later, but we're waiting on our guests to join. Again, a big thank you to our sponsors. The sponsors for this video are Prestige Finance, lending a helping hand when you need it most. Call them at 876-884-7390 to get all your loans up to 100,000 Jamaican dollars. Yes, up to 100,000 Jamaican dollars. No low interest rate, no processing fee, and same day processing. Launch Legacy. Yes, Launch Legacy. Handle risk, seek legacy for all your personal insurance needs in Canada and the USA. Visit Launch Legacy or call or text 647-989-0782 and they will help you to get your money working for you instead of always working for money. That's Launch Legacy. We have a little bit of a difficulty with our guests, so let's see if we can get that. We're trying to get that sorted out right now. See if we can get that fixed so he can jump on. He's trying to get on, and so we can have this interview done up. I think sometimes iPhone. That's why I like my Android. I love my Android phones. I'm telling you, I don't know why. I have this great preference for my Androids. Yes. Think we have our guest no, so all right.
Yes, yes.
All right. No man, but you have the wrong name, man. You know name I am sure sportsman. Your name
Rank tie, come up put up there.
yeah, so you need to do the phone, turn the phone this way, put it so you can
Sideway.
so you can get a broader screen. So you see the three dots right there. If you press those dots, you see edit name. And then
Three
you can
dots.
yeah. Right where you're seeing your picture.
Yeah. I see no that not there no.
Three look yeah, there's a little you see
I
a
know the
mic.
three dots that you're talking about, but
You see
right now,
a mic button.
um no.
It's right because I am seeing you right there, and I'm seeing it, so it's there right in front of you.
Yeah, but right where you're telling me there's a picture there. I can't even see it. It's so small.
Right, but beside at the top of the picture, right, there is a mic button. So if I press it now, you're gonna see a line come across it like this. Bam. A line has come across it. So I won't be here because I've just muted you.
You mute me, right?
Right. Right beside that there are three dots.
Yeah, but I'm clicking there. I don't see the dot. There's a picture there. There's a picture up there.
All right, so here's what you can do then. You want to exit the studio, come back in and type in your name this time and turn the phone sideways, all right?
And turn the phone sideways.
Right, so exit
All right.
and then come back in.
I'll come back. All right.
Yeah, with the current name. All right, so just give us a sec to sort that out. We have these technical difficulties and challenges. Yes, indeed. So, big game, Jamaica versus Panama. Oh my Lord, what a day, what a day, what a day. I am cautiously optimistic, believing yeah, I'm telling you, too many of us were silent. I mean, listen, people were, I think the noise we were making about squad selection, we should have been making that noise to get fans in the stadium. I think that's where we were channeling our energy and our resources against the player. But I'm going to get into that later. Oh, yes.
You hearing me?
Yes,
All right.
I'm hearing you, but it's still not flipped. So let's let it stay. And sing. Yeah. Yeah, you needed to put on landscape, but it's all right because I figure that you're probably struggling to get it that way. So let's let it stay. All right.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, man. All right. Well, good morning, Sir Garfield Plummer. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I am man, and we are here to discuss your life, your journey as a footballer. So why don't you begin by sharing with us how it all began for you in terms of your footballing career? Where did it all start, and all the way through to your schoolboy years?
Yeah. Well, it started at a tender age from basic school, come on to primary school. That's Mandeville All Age. That's when it really started. That's when I win my first championship under 12 at the All Age, And from there, it went to the district clubs. We were playing Division Two. So then it went to the district clubs, you know, playing again with older guys who run the club. It was Bloomfield Youth Club. So then it leave from there and it went to high school. I spent 1 year in Kingston College. Then I went back to Mandeville, where I went to Manchester High School.
Did you play football at Kingston College?
Yeah, I played like class matches and stuff like that because I
Oh,
was
so
in
you never
first form. I was young.
Oh, so you never actually played for Kingston College
No,
in
no competition. It's just class competition and stuff like that.
and any particular reason why you went to Kingston College for first time and then moved back to Mandeville?
Yeah, that's where my father wanted me to go, to
Oh,
Kingston College.
Manchester. Oh, your father wanted you to go to Kingston College.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
And
okay.
things happened, and he had to get me a transfer back to Mandeville. So then I came back. I spent 4 years in Manchester High School. Was a little skinny youth, but I was skillful. I was skillful as a football player, and it started there at Manchester High School. I was trying out for the Casa Cup since third form. I didn't really make it because the coach keep on saying, I'm too small, I'm too skinny, But I was outstanding amongst other players because, Manchester High School didn't have like a sports program then. It's mostly the academics. So, they didn't have like a full-blown football squad that could compete against the other Casa Cup, teams until when I reached like third form. They bring in this coach by the name of Tomlinson. We call him T. Then he started a program. He started carrying, more talent, but they were bigger guys than me, and so I didn't even make the Casa Cup team until I was like in fifth form.
Oh, so fifth
Yeah.
form was your first year at the Costa Cup.
First year, the only year I played the Casa Cup for Manchester High School was fifth form.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yep. Because I was still small, skinny, we didn't even have a program, So
And how did you do in your first year of the Costa Cup at Manchester? Now you're in fifth form. This is your first year, and like I said, the only year. How did the team do, and how did you perform in the competition? How far did you go, and how did the team do?
our team didn't do well because, as I say, we didn't have like a sports program where, after third and fourth form, the guy that they bring in to build like a sports program, he left. He left
Okay.
while I was in fourth form, and I at that time I was trying out for the Casa Cup team, but he keeps saying I'm too small. These guys are bigger than me, But I was outstanding, but he was talking about my size all the time. So he left, and then they bring in another coach. So like the program crashed again.
Okay.
Yeah, so we
Wow.
have like, just regular players because all those guys graduate and we have regular players. So we didn't do too well. We were like a beaten stick for like St. Elizabeth Tech, Monroe, Holmwood Technical. We couldn't beat those teams. The only team we might really have like a competition with was like the Carter College.
Yes, because they weren't a good team at the time either.
Exactly. So, that was our competition back and forth. But the other
Okay.
team, they used to beat us up. If we scored a goal, I was the one who would score. I remember one time we went to Holmwood to play, and it was broadcasting on, I think, RJR. And,
Yes.
Holmwood beat we up, and the commentator was like, I had like a cast over my face where I had an accident. So I got stitches. So I had something over my face. And, he was commentating on, the guy, Plummer, he's an outstanding player for Manchester and stuff like that. So I was really outstanding, but, the team was weak.
Okay, so that's your first and only year at Manchester, and then you moved on from there to Holmwood.
So Holmwood,
The
and
following
Holmwood
season.
now, they have a program
Okay.
because I enter from in the summer after we get summer holiday from, graduate from Manchester High School, enroll in Holmwood Technical. They have a summer program where we go on down, train. We have a weights program and stuff like that. So I start to get stronger. And that's when really I started to play like, soccer,
Yeah.
football. Coach Henland took us under his wing and, he molded us into, what I have become.
So how did that first season go at Holmwood?
We did real well. We did good. We beat like all the team in our zone in Manchester. So we entered the second round where we had to play other school from other parishes. And I think we got knocked out by Titchfield.
What year?
Knocked
You
us
remember
out.
what year that was?
That was in 1983. 1983.
Okay. And who was some of the outstanding player on your Holmwood team at that time?
We have this guy by the name of Gerald Deere. Can't even remember some of them names, but one of the most outstanding players is Gerald Deere and another guy by the name of Fletcher. He used to play center forward with me. And, you have other guys, but right now I can't even remember their name.
All right. How well did you do in that first year as an individual? Not just the team now, but you as a player. How many goals did you score because you're playing forward? How well was your first season at Holmwood? Or
My
how well did
first
you do?
season at Holmwood, I was outstanding. I scored a lot of goals. I don't remember the amount of goals that I scored, but I scored a lot of goals before we go to the interzone, and during the interzone, I score amongst, some of the good teams because I think I did score against Titchfield when they beat us, when they knocked us out 2-1. I remember I went to Monroe College. We beat them 4. I think I scored like 2 goals. So I did well.
Okay. Were you called to the Alda Costa that season? Or you?
No, never get called to the Alda Costa.
Okay. So all right. So you played one more season at Holmwood the following year.
No, I only played 1 season at Holmwood. The
Only
following
one.
year,
Okay.
the following year was club.
Okay. All right. Someone is asking if Oral Tracy played D Cup at Manchester High School.
Yes, but he was like ahead of me.
Okay.
So
he was okay.
I think I played when I played the Casa Cup in 5th form. I think he was a part of the team because I think he went to 6th form. He did 6th form.
Okay.
So I thought I played with him. I don't quite remember, but I thought I played with him. Oral Tracy, yeah.
Was he any good?
He could play. He could play.
Yeah, he could play.
Yes,
So
yes.
he wasn't good, but he could play.
Yeah.
All right, that's a problem. I can say that. All right. So you played one season at Holmwood, one season at Manchester, and then you went on to play club football.
Club football for Los Perfectos.
Okay. And Los Perfectos, when you went there, what were they playing? Were
Right.
they in the Premier League at that time, or they were still in the Parish League?
They wasn't in the Premier League at that time. It was just the Parish League. When I went, the first year I played with Los Perfectos, that's the year we went to the Premier League.
Okay, and you were a regular starter on the team?
Regular starter. I start like every game. I think I didn't start one game. The first Parish match, I didn't start it because, the coach and management, they were making sure that I didn't represent no other team. So they didn't have no problem when it comes, during the competition. So I think I started one game, and then after that, I become a regular starter with the Los Perfectos team.
Okay, and you scored a lot of goals in the Parish League to get them into the Premier League.
A lot of goals. I scored like probably in every match I played for them.
Okay.
And then we went to the Premier League, and that's when really my career started to kick off during the Premier League.
Okay, all right. So tell us about your Premier League career, because many people say that you're one of the best that has come out of Manchester, but probably right across Jamaica, many people don't. You understand? We don't remember Garfield Plummer. Like who is Garfield Plummer? Who is Garfield Plummer? I mean, like, because you never had a stellar schoolboy career, a lot of your career is centered around Los Perfectos, right?
Yes.
People don't even know that team. If you're not from certain parts in Jamaica, you probably know that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you're not from that era back then, you wouldn't know about Los Perfectos.
Yeah.
So,
and here's somebody saying that Los Perfectos, I'm a team, and Park Rangers from down at Hearties, Mr. Las Vegas own Perfectos, and Mr. Tony James. And Mr. Tony James is involved.
It's Tony James who won Los Perfectos.
Oh, he said Las Levy.
Not Las Levy, Tony James.
Okay.
Those guys were like part of the committee in the club.
Okay.
They used to take part.
Los Perfectos is in the Premier League now. Tell us about your time in the Premier League. How long? How well did you do? In the Premier League.
Well, my first year in the Premier League, we took Los Perfectos to the Premier League, and we did well. We did well because, our first game we lost. I think we lost to Seba. We went to Montego Bay, and they beat us like 3-0 or something like that. We're new to the Premier League, so it was like a stage fright then for most of us. Because most of us just play like the local league, and that was it. Because we're a schoolboy, we just graduated from high school, we're schoolboys. A lot of us never get no exposure, like go to the next zone and play against other teams. So, but the first year we did pretty well. I did pretty well because I scored a lot of goals. I was alongside Teagat Davis and Andrews from Reno with the goal scoring title.
Oh, you came second behind Teagat.
I came second behind Teagat Davis.
And Andrews came third.
Came third, yeah. Yeah, So I think we did well because, we went I think we lose the game that was supposed to take us to the quarterfinal at the National Stadium with Wadada. Yeah. If we had won that game, we would have went to the quarterfinal. And I think we had Wadada 1-0 and probably 5 minutes leave. They came back and they tied the game, and we get knocked out by goal average. So we didn't go to the quarterfinal. And that year, I think it was JDF that won the Premier League.
Yeah.
So yeah.
JDF won. Yeah.
I think it was JDF with Michael Toller and Danny Boy.
Orius
Samuel played.
Samuels.
Our
Yeah.
Samuel that played center. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think they won it that year.
Okay. So that's the first year that you guys were in. Whoa.
First year we did real. We were talk of the country. We were the Cinderella team. Nobody knew about Los Perfectos. We started to beat up. We beat Boys Town. We beat Cavaliers. We started to beat up everybody. You know, so then people start to realize, oh, this team is for real. But
yeah, that was the 84-85 season. Yeah, man.
yes,
Seabound JDF went to the finals.
yes.
Yeah. Okay, and so you scored so many goals. Were you now part of the did you get any call up, because you probably were around 19, 18 at this time? Did you get a
Yes.
call up to any of the youth program or national program?
I didn't get no call up for the youth program. After the Premier League, we went back, you know, and then one evening, Tony James came to me and said, you know, they call you're up for the national team. They call you for the national team. And I was like, really? You know, I was surprised, you know. They never looking forward to that, but he came and told me, you get called up for the national team. And I was like, really? You know, so that was the first time I get called up to represent Jamaica.
Yeah, so you actually played for that call up, where you're in the final squad and played a game?
Yep.
Yeah.
They call us up. They call like 42 players. And it was different from now, because back then Jamaica really didn't have like that program that they have now. So it was like, you know, work on the weekends. We go to Kingston and we train. We train Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Sunday we left. We go back to our parish and go back to work. And that's when we have like an international game coming up. You know.
Okay.
You know, and like the final week when the game is to play, they might keep us in Kingston, you know, somewhere, hotel, maybe the National Stadium or Upper Camp, because Upper Camp was our training ground for most of the time. So, you know, during that week, they will keep us together for the week. And on the weekend, we play the international game. So they call like 42 players. I think we had an international game coming up against Canada. That was my first international game. Canada came to Jamaica, and we had 2 games against them, one at National Stadium and one in Montego Bay. And, you know, we were training for that. They had 42 players. That's a lot of players, you know, outstanding players, you know. So, like the final, not even the final week, like 2 weeks before, they had to cut down the squad. They had to cut down the squad to 21 players. So 21 players is going back home. And
whoa.
I think I was like in shape. I was stronger. So I was in training. I was outstanding. You know, we had games against the previous national players and newcomers against national players. And some of the time we beat them. I remember one training session, Lenny Hyde. You remember Lenny Hyde?
Yeah, yes.
Me and him was on the same team, and we beat the other team like 2-0. I scored both goals. You know, so, you know, he and I had a good game that day. I scored.
Okay,
I scored
you
both.
You made the final 21 though.
They cut it to 21. I made it. And then the final week, they had to cut it down to 17.
Whoa, 17.
17. Either
So
17
4.
or 16. So, you know, then some players got to be cut again. And I still make the 17, the 16 or 17.
Okay.
You know, and Carl Brown was a coach. And I think that was the change they had at the national level, because back then it's mostly players from like the corporate era used to play for Jamaica. This time you had a lot of youths in it and youths from country. because I remember Kenneth Gaynor from Montego Bay. He was a school youth, used to play for Rusty's. Yeah, Dennis Hudson used to play for St. Elizabeth Tech. Those are guys who I played against in high school.
That's
we
Black
were
Boy.
on the team.
That's Black Boy from Reno.
From Reno.
Yeah.
And you had Linton Stewart. I think he passed.
Conk. Is it Conk?
I think so. From Rusty's, yeah.
No, man, he's still alive and kicking.
He's still alive. Oh, is the other one? Is the other Mackenzie from Harborview that passed? Sorry.
Yeah.
He was a captain too. The
Conk.
Mackenzie, no, Mackenzie from Harborview. Linton Mackenzie.
Okay.
Yeah, he used to skip Harborview. He was a skipper on the national team when I was there. Yeah, so then they cut it down to 16. It was a youth team, with previous national players, because even Donovan Downer was there. He used to play for Vertec.
Oh,
Calvin Valentine from
St. Elizabeth.
Yes.
Wappy.
All of us was on the team. It was a youth team. And, our first international game was against Canada. I didn't make the final 11, but I was substituted. I came on the first substitute in the game.
You remember who you came on for?
I'm not sure. I don't remember. But I came on at the National Stadium. I think we drew that game. I'm not sure. Or Canada beat us. I'm not sure. I don't remember. It's been so long.
Yeah.
And the following week, we traveled to Montego Bay to play them in the next game. And I was substitute. I came on again off the bench. So those are my two first international games.
For Jamaica, all right?
For Jamaica.
And that's in your first season in the Premier League for Los P.
First season for Los Perfectos, yes.
All right, so let me get some comments. We have some comments here. Mystic and Batterseas from Porus was big back then. Then Kirkvine came along.
Yes, Kirkvine was a big
from Porus.
Kirkvine was a big team in Mandeville at that time.
Okay.
The big team. You have the players like Errol Barrett. You have big name players used to play for Kirkvine. So they were the big team. They were the team for Mandeville. They used to beat up everybody until we came aboard. Young school youth came aboard. Then we started to beat them.
All right. So let me just get a couple of things. Horace Blackwood, I soon come back to the rest of the comments. Tell me the year and I can tell him who he came on for. That would be around 85, 86. It's around 85, 86.
85, 86.
Somewhere around there. Oh, Joe Downer, big up. My 1986 teammate, Sir Garfield Fildo Plummer, one of the best center forward in the days. We was on our first national tour. All right,
yes.
So it would have been 86, Horace Blackwood. So if you can remember, Joe have good memory. Joe Downer have good memory. Who did he come on for at the National Stadium, Joe Downer? And who did he come on for? And how did the game end against Canada in the stadium and the one in Montego Bay? If you can remember that. Let me get some more comments up the top until they give me those answers. Edward Barnaby, who played for JDF as well, center forward. He played for Veer with Elder McBailey, said it was a great privilege to play with Los P team. And I must admit there were a great group that believes in themselves. You remember him? Edward Barnaby?
Yes. He used to play for
JDF.
Yes.
He played for Los P as well.
Yes, I remember him.
So you guys, both of you played together?
We played together, I think, the second season, not the first season when we went to the Premier League, the second year.
Okay, so Edward Barnaby came and played with you the second year.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, all right. So we're gonna get to your second year, but let me just get some more comments because we just spoke about your first year at Los P. We soon get to the second one. Which year Garfield played for Manchester High? That would have been around 82 or 81. 82. Yeah, 82. All right. Big up Travis Spesso, Reno man here. I'm soon ask you for questions about Reno. Gunners boss says it was very difficult to play national football back then. Too hard to work 9 to 5, then go to training.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Work
And
and
then
then train on the weekend.
Malan Patrick said that Tony James money enough like right mango. And he says ask him about Karam, Kieked, and Beer from Porous Mystic and Battersea United management. You know any of those things?
The names sound familiar.
I think Mr. Karam is the one who runs the night football competition in Porous.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Because it's been a long time, long over 30 odd years. Things that you remember is like outstanding things.
All right. And Horace Blackwood say I must tell you that it is Baggio.
Baggio.
No, I'm just telling me that. I'm giving him trouble because Baggio is one of our friends. He always call in the radio station, The great Baggio is called. He called. Yeah, man. Okay, so tell us about your second season now. So I'm going to allow you to talk and tell us about Last Piece second season so the people can listen. All right, so go ahead and share.
But we're not finished with the first season.
Oh, all right. Go ahead and share
the
that.
First season at the national when I was on the national team.
Okay, so you play the Canada game and then continue from there.
Yes, and then the next upcoming game was against Barbados. Him disappear.
He went there.
Right, took a break.
That's why I told you to go ahead and talk, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The next international game I played was against Barbados. We traveled to Barbados and came off the bench. Barbados had us 2-0 and they substitute. Albert Ashley and I went on, and then it's like everything changed. We drew the match 2-2. That was my third international game, and then we went to the Miami winter. There was a Miami winter game,
okay.
which played in Miami, yeah. And we played 3 games there, I think, or either 3 or 2. We played against Colombia, which they beat us 6-2. We played against Paraguay.
Did you play in that game against Colombia?
Yeah, I was coming off the bench. The bench.
And so who were the starters in the team at that time? Tigat? I don't know.
Tigat was our main starter up front. You have Donovan Dona in the midfield, Peter Cargill, Anthony Carbet. Yeah, Michael Tolo. Defense, you have Andrew Hines. You have Dean Wilmot. Linton Mackenzie was our right back, the captain. Left back was Devon Brooks from Wadada.
Okay,
so,
because somebody just put Devon Brooks' name in here as one of the players. He said some big players came out of Los Perfectos. Devon Brooks, Leon Fairweather, Cornell Spence.
Cornell Spence from KC, yeah.
They played for Los Perfectos as well?
Yep. They played the second season.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, we're playing the winter game. I played like either 2 or 3 games.
So Colombia beat you 6-2.
6-2. Paraguay beat us 3-1. And both games we were leading. We had Colombia 2-0 at halftime. They came back and beat us 6-2. Because we didn't have the program that they have right now. As you know, one of your people say that, you know, it was hard playing back there because you had to go to work and go train, go back to work, train. So it wasn't like a program that they have like in place now. It was different. So it wasn't as fit and strong as the other players from the international team. That's why we keep getting beaten.
Okay.
So,
And
you know,
the third game?
I think the third game we played Uruguay. I'm not certain if we had played Uruguay, but I know we played Paraguay. They beat us 3-1. We had them down 1-0. So,
Okay.
and then
Go ahead.
the final international game I played.
No, hold on. Before you get to the final game, who was the coach at that time? Carl Brown?
Carl Brown.
Okay, because someone was asking about George T. Cause did George T coach you from KC?
No, when I was in, remember I was in first farm.
Okay, so he would not have coached you.
So
All right.
I didn't play.
He didn't coach you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And Edward Barnaby said that Howard Martin, team captain.
Howard Martin, he came to Mandeville and played too.
Okay.
He was one of the national players after I left.
Okay, so this is no. So you're going to say your last international game. So you played against Canada 2 times, Barbados. You went to the Miami International Tournament where you played against Argentina.
Not
Colombia,
Argentina,
Colombia,
and Paraguay.
You don't remember the third team, all right? But you remember the last game.
The last game was international game. This was the pinnacle of my career. Manchester United came to Jamaica. And they had us train for 2 weeks for that game together. And I was on the B team. I remember clearly I was on the B team, and the final week before the match played, we had a game against the A team and the B team. And the B team was winning. We had on the A team 1-0. I scored 1 goal. Me and Devon Brooks. You remember? I don't know if people remember Devon Brooks.
Yeah. Did he get his leg broken?
If he did what?
His leg was broken at one. Devon Brooks, did he get his leg broken? I'm almost certain. He played for Wadada, right? Did he play for? I think Devon Brooks played for Wadada.
Devon Brooks.
He played for Los Perfectos, but
he played for Los P, yeah. But yeah, you have another Brooks that played for Wadada. You have 2 Brooks. One that played left back. That's the one that played for Wadada.
Okay.
And the other one, he's a striker.
Okay.
Yeah. So we were beating the A team at halftime. Carl Brown put me and
Dave Brooks. That's Dave Brooks.
Dave Brooks.
Right? Yeah.
Dave Brooks played for Wadada.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Devon Brooks is a Last P player. Okay.
He played for Last P. Yeah.
Hold on. Let me just respond to Clennon Clark. Sir Clark, he went to KC in first one, but he never played for Kingston College. So he's asking if it is Kingston College or Knox College. No.
Kingston College.
He went to KC in sixth form, in first form, then he moved back to Manchester.
Right off of Ellisville Road.
Yeah, then did 4 years at Manchester, and then he moved to Holmwood. He played 1 season in Manchester at Manchester High and 1 season at Holmwood Technical before he moved on to Los P. All right. So continue the story, right? So the pinnacle you're talking about, this final game being the pinnacle of your career, Manchester United, and you scored a goal against them. That's Jamaica versus Manchester United.
Yeah. So we played the game. He took me from the B side, put me on the A team, me and Devon Brooks. And the A side came back and beat the B side 2-1. So he came to me that night and he said, Plummer, you're gonna start. He didn't tell me in front of everybody. He came, we had an individual conversation, each players. So when I went in there, he said, Plummer, you're gonna start tomorrow. You're gonna start tomorrow against Manchester United. And I was like, yeah. I was surprised, because they were outstanding players. I'm telling you, that squad had outstanding players.
The Jamaica squad you're talking, right?
The Jamaica squad, they had great players back then. So, I started against Manchester United. I scored the only goal. They beat us 3-1. We had a good game. We were toe to toe with them.
Who was the goalkeeper for Jamaica?
Curry and Spider-Man. Clive
Eric
Woodburn
Curry.
from.
Yeah, man. Clive Woodburn
Eric
from
Curry
Eric Curry from Clarendon College.
Clarendon College. He played for JDF, and Clive Woodburn, Spider-Man from Reno.
Yeah.
I think he went to Wadada.
Right, he went to Wadada, right.
Yeah, he was the keeper in that game. And they beat us 3-1. I scored the only goal. That was the only goal I scored for Jamaica.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, some people played more than you and never scored any, so
I had like what's that? Six or seven cap. Score one goal. Yeah.
Okay.
And
but you'd have still been young. You couldn't be more than around 23, 24 at that time.
No, that time that was like 20.
20. So how come you never played back for Jamaica again?
Because I leave the country. I leave the country and came to America.
Really? So after that season at Los P, you never played any more football in Jamaica again?
I played one more season with Los Perfectos. The following season we played. That's when I played with Cornell Spence, Howie Martin. We played.
Okay. Edward Barnaby came into the team as well.
Yes.
Devon Brooks.
And that was
Leon Fairweather. Yeah. Leon
Fairweather. Yeah.
Right.
He was the center. Yeah. He was in the national team with me too.
Okay. So how did Los P do? Go ahead.
The following season,
you were saying you're going to call somebody else's name.
Clive. What's his name? Wappy Clive. Calvin Valentine.
Okay, he also played for Los P before he went to Reno.
I think he came to Los P after Reno. I'm not sure, but he came to Los Perfectos.
That would have been before. Okay, go ahead. Albert Ashley
came to Los P too.
Okay.
He was on the national team with me.
Yeah, tell us about the second season now.
The second season, I don't know what happened, but we didn't really make it to the Premier League. We did make it to the Premier League, but we didn't do well. I myself didn't do well. As they say, we had to work, and, do football, have a football career at the same time. So it was like hectic because I used to work for Alcan and I used to work on shifts. I used to work in production. And that was hard, you work at night, you have to get up, train in the morning, go sleep to go to work the next night and stuff like that. It was hard, so, and them time Jamaica never used to pay you to play. You never used to get no money. You play just for the love of it.
Okay. So your second season at Los P, the team didn't do as well as the first season? Okay. Yeah. All right. So, and you didn't have as good a season as you did in your first season as well?
As I did in the first season.
All right. So, yeah. You stopped playing after that second season and you migrated. You went
after the second season. I did get called up for the national team at that time. I think I went to like 2 training, and after that I migrate to the United States.
Okay, you migrate. All right, and then that's where your football career ended?
It didn't end there. I came here and I played in couple of leagues here. I played in a Long Island League. I played in a Manhattan League. I played in a Bronx League, which that year we won the knockout competition. Yeah. And I played the Long Island League. I was doing well in the Long Island League, but it was no outstanding competition. But people used to, come and watch coaches, and I did get invited to go train with the Red Bull. Back then, it was the Metro Stars. That time, they were just starting the league in America. And this coach, give me an invite to go try out for the team in New Jersey. That's when I got hurt, and that was like the end of my career because my Achilles, like, it torn. And work. I was working at the same time. I have a family to take care of and stuff like that. So that's where my career ended. That's where I just stopped playing after that.
Whoa.
Yeah.
All right. Let me take a couple more comments. Albert Ashley, Mousy, Pat Cover, Martin Campbell. We drew too many games and we were not scoring.
Yes.
So those are some of the players on the team. Pat Cover played for you as well.
Those are some of the players in the second season.
Okay. Maybe you had too many stars.
maybe. Because the previous year is just people from our parish was on the team. And a lot of those guys, they migrate to the United States after. I don't know if you remember Claude Huggins. He used to play for Clarendon College. He was one of our best players on the team.
And
Claude
he
Huggins.
migrated.
Yeah, he left. He went to, and we had another player that he was a defender. Chris Powell. Big, strong guy, used to play for DeCarter College. He came to Manchester to do sixth form, but he went away too. I think he went to England for a tryout for Division 2.
Okay.
So the team was like all new players. Chemistry wasn't there and stuff like that. But we had a star-studded team the second year. You remember Leon Fairweather?
Yeah, man. Play for
Dintil center, big. Yeah, he was on the national team with me. He used to play for Los Perfectos. We had a good team. We had good players, but I don't know what happened the second season. Why we never?
Who was a goalkeeper?
Who was a goalkeeper at that time? I think we had this kid from Canada. Yeah, he was a kid from Canada. I can't remember his name, but I think we used to call him Chuck. Yeah, he was a good goalkeeper. He was big, but he could keep.
Okay.
During the first season, we had a goalkeeper from Kirkvine, Adair Johnson. He came to Lusby, and he was our keeper during the Premier League season when we were doing well. He was an outstanding goalkeeper too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gunners Boss is asking, who are some of the players in that Manchester United team that you played against? So let's just go back to that a little. You remember any of the names?
Yeah. Jasper also. You have Alan Brazil, Norman Whiteside. Just a few that I remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Horace Blackwood, where are the names, man? You want Joe Downer, you need to remember the name, man. No, man, Joe Downer saying Garfield remember Mannings, man. No, man, him not remembering. You have to help me out, Joe. You and Blackwood.
Yeah, Donovan, he remember everything.
Yeah. All right. So let me just get this. Asking if you played against Diego's team. I think this is in the Bronx League. He's talking, and then I don't know if you know Diego Ogilvy. I think he's asking me what team Diego Ogilvy. You have to give us the name of the team. Fildo, who did you play for in the Bronx League?
Mystic.
Oh, you played for Mystic. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Edward Barnaby said he had to travel from St. Anne to play on match days only. So he's basically saying that he never even trained. He just went down to play matches.
To play. That's how it used to be back then.
Okay. Clennon Clark is saying, I'm surprised you don't mention Kangaroo and Bones.
Kangaroo and Bones, yes.
Of Los P team.
For Los P, they were outstanding players. Radcliffe Levy, yes. Yes.
Yeah, man, you forget them man name, man. Bones.
Remember who was talking and the player we were talking about, my career, so.
Oh.
You didn't ask me who were some of the outstanding players. on that team. But you had Claude Huggins, Denny Danville, we call him Bones, Ratcliffe Levy, Kangaroo, Chris Powell. We had a center. What's his name? He lives here now. Can't even remember his name. And we had Tuku Fish. He was with us on that first Premier League team. Tuku Fish. I think he was from Kingston. His name is Wright.
Tuku Fish. Anybody remember that? Sir Clennon, you must remember that name. Tuku Fish. Surname Wright. That's the correct name. See if you can help us with that.
Damn, how am I forget him name?
I don't. Joe Dex is saying that Los Perfectos and Cavaliers was one of the nemesis back in those days.
Yeah. But I remember one year we went to Montego Bay and played and we beat them up down there. Los Perfectos beat them 2-1. I scored both goals. We took their supporters from them down there that year.
Yeah. And
they had Anthony Carbet and all of them.
Somebody's saying that Diego's team is Caribbean United.
Caribbean United?
In the Bronx League, yeah.
In the Bronx League?
Yeah.
I remember playing I might play against him, but
yeah.
Because I think even Dougie Bell used to play in the Bronx League. I think I played against him too.
Okay.
Dougie Bell from Kingston College.
Yeah. Clennon Clark is saying Dintil, Tuku Fish played for Dintil.
Yes, so Dintil. He was an outstanding right back. Tuku Fish, yes.
Yeah. And somebody's asking, listen, how is Los Perfectos doing now?
I don't think they have a team. I think they have a girl team that was doing well.
Yeah, they did. Yes.
Yeah. So that's the whole. I don't know what the male team doing now. I hear nothing about them.
Okay. All right. Who are some of the players in your time? Who are some of the standout players that you played against, and then those that you played with, like you enjoyed playing with these players? And who are some of the players that you admired, who were playing football in Jamaica at that time, both at Los P and up in the rest of the clubs, and even the national team?
Well, I used to admire Twinny Bug. I don't remember his name. He used to play for what other?
Winston Anglin.
Winston Anglin.
Yeah.
Teagat. Noah. Andrew Andrews. Because he was a striker before me, and I used to look up to him. Defense-wise, Dean Wilmot, outstanding defender. Played against him. I had a lot of problem with him during games. Peter Cargill, Donovan Downer. He gave me my first assist. He assisted my first goal, the only goal. Donovan Downer, Anthony Carbet. Spider-Man goalkeeper. Noah, Alton Sterling from Seba. You have quite a few more that I can't even remember, but I play with on the club level, like Claude Huggins, as I say, Denny Danville, Arthur Powell, Chris Powell, Ratcliffe Levy, they were outstanding in Mandeville, in Manchester.
Okay.
And you have other outstanding players like this guy named Colin Manning, the Manning brothers. They used to play for Park Rangers. There were some, the three brothers of them, they were outstanding.
Okay. Listen, in terms of your own footballing career, do you think that you could have accomplished a whole lot more? And if so, what hindered that? What caused that not to have happened? Are you thought like, well, in terms of football, I did what I really wanted to do, and that was it? Or do you feel like, man, I could have become, and what stopped that from happening, if so?
I think I could have become a much, much better player if we had a program like from the high school that I attend.
Yeah.
We didn't have a weights program. We didn't have a nutrition program. We never had none of that. It's just after school, we run up and down, train, and we play games. You know, the first time I come in contact with weights, lifting weights, is when I went to Holmwood Tech. When they had a program. So that's the first time I come into weights. After that, club level, same thing, train. You go work, you come home, you train. We didn't have the program that they have now, especially with the national team. You know, where you have a weights program, a nutrition program. You stay in with these guys, you talk, you link together, build chemistry over, a period of time. We never have those. You come, you see a player this weekend, and you're going back at your yard.
Yeah.
So I think if we had the program that they have now back then, Jamaica back then would have been an outstanding team on international level.
So you think the talent pool was better back in your time than now?
Maybe I'm biased, but I think so.
Right.
Yeah, way better. You can imagine we have to work from Monday through Friday. Leave work Friday, go Kingston, go train, come back, and we have play against Colombia when they have Valderrama stand up in the midfield. And we had them down 2-0 at halftime. 2-0. Those countries have program around the years. 24-hour program. We didn't have that. And we can stand tiptoe with them for the first half. Paraguay, the same thing. You think that if we had that program that they have now, we wouldn't be better? Yeah, we'd be much, much better. And I think our career would last longer.
Okay. All right. Let's get a couple more comments. Christopher Wright says, Last P is still around, and I think they will get the spot for the parish if the second tier comes this year. So they're still around. Did players get a stipend back in the days? Heard a lot were unemployed, even a Jamaica captain. So was there a stipend at the club level or at the national team level back in those days?
Yeah, a lot of players that didn't have no jobs.
So when you traveled to Kingston, did you get money? Like when you traveled to Kingston to train for the national team, how did you manage if...
We didn't get no money. I was working, so I could afford to, and I didn't mention Bradley Stewart. Bradley Stewart was a coach for the Los Perfectos team at that time. He used to be my transport on Fridays.
Oh, because he had to go back into Kingston.
He had to go back into Kingston. He used to, take me to Kingston to Park Camp to train. After training on Sunday, a lot of players used to say, "Oh man, I go back. We're never give me baby mother. We're never do this. We don't have no money." It was bad. It was bad. Even when we travel, we never used to get money from the country.
Like when you traveled overseas?
When we go overseas, we don't get no money. You have to buy your own, you have to carry your own money. And a lot of players never wasn't working, I was fortunate to have a job, and I was fortunate to have a good club team that could help me then.
Yeah.
So I was like more fortunate than a lot of these guys. And I'm talking outstanding players.
Yeah.
It was bad. It was bad back then.
Yeah. Joe Donna is reminding you that he gave you 3 goals that day. You only scored 1.
I scored 1. Yes, he gave me 3 and I scored 1. But the second chance that I got, if I was being selfish, maybe I would have scored that goal. But I remember I went down, I entered the 6-yard box, and I cut it back to see if T-Gat was there. Nobody was there. The ball trickled across the 6-yard box. Nobody was there to put it in the net.
Okay.
But if I was being selfish now and take on and do what I have to do, maybe I would have scored the second goal.
Okay. All right. But yeah, man. But what are your takes now on the present state of football in Jamaica? Just in the parishes, and at the national level.
Really, back in the parishes, I don't really know what's going on with the parishes because I don't keep up to date with, the leagues in Jamaica. Okay, I'm here working, have my kids to take care of and stuff like that. So I don't really know what's going on in the Jamaica leagues. I catch some of the international games.
Yes.
I think on the international level, these guys they need to, what should I say? Back then, how we used to play for the love of the game, we wasn't playing for money and stuff like that because we weren't getting no money. I think they
Yeah.
should play for the love of the game instead of incentive. Put their heart into the game instead of incentive.
But what about
Because
the players who will say to you, but look what playing for the love of the game got some of the players who know they're out there and they don't have anything to show because they were playing for the love of the game.
they don't have anything to show because back then, there weren't no incentive to play for.
Right,
It's
that's
just
what
the
I'm
love of the
saying.
game.
So the players are saying, no, why should I play for the love of the game when those who are playing for the love of the game haven't benefited, even though football has progressed? I'm going to play for the money because
Yeah,
I don't
but
want to be in the same state
yeah,
as my
but
uncle and my father and stuff.
yeah, you're playing for the money. You're playing for the money now, but you gotta love the game too. You get an incentive already. So play for the love of the game. I think Jamaica would reach way further. They would be more, they would be better if they put their heart into the game more than the incentive. The incentive is great and they're getting it. So put your heart into it more.
Yeah, because a lot of these players are going to look at players like you and some of the other players who say the talent was better than and say, if you were so good, why weren't you? Because it's a very common thing they say. If you were so good, why weren't you in England playing? Why weren't you in Europe playing? Look, we are playing in Europe. We are playing in this. How you can say you are good and you couldn't make it over there and we? That is one of the arguments that they are using. How do you
Yeah, but
respond to that?
back then, I don't know what happened because there's only a few players who went overseas. Like Tiga, he went to Israel. He went
Right.
to Israel to play in the Israeli league. I can't pinpoint an next player who went overseas to play back when I was playing. So I don't know why that happened.
Yeah.
I can pinpoint and say whatever, but I don't know what happened back then.
Okay, because that is what they're going to say. No, they're going to say, well, if Fielder was so good as he said he is, how he's not over there? How come he never made it into Europe? And
Yeah,
I know that there are many factors, but these are some of the arguments that the younger generation will raise, and that is why I have to interview some of you so they can know that maybe if the same opportunities that are available today were
was back
presented,
then,
was back,
maybe.
there would
Yeah,
have been
because
maybe there would have been a huge difference, and
yeah,
that's
because
just
remember, I tell you, I was playing in the Long Island League and I get invited to play for the New York Metro Stars. That back when the league was just starting, their name is Red Bull now, but back then it was New York Metro Stars.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and that's when I got hurt, and that was it.
So you said that from you had that Achilles injury, you never played football
Never
again.
played again. I had my daughter, and that was it. I said, you know what, this football career is done. Work now and take care of my kids. That's it.
Okay, okay. All right. Griffin Football Club, 1995 says Tony James took care of his players back then to the best of his
Yes,
ability.
yes. We had a good club. Los Perfectos was a great club back then. They take care of their players. How many clubs used to go on tour overseas back then? Very few,
So
and
you
we were
went
one
on
of
tour.
them.
You went on tour
We went
overseas
on
with
tour.
Los
Our club went
Perfectos.
on tour. We
Where,
go
where
we go overseas.
where did you tour?
We tour America. We came to America here and we, play colleges, play clubs. Yeah. They take Tony James, he take care of his players. He take care of his club. We had an
Okay.
outstanding club.
Yeah. All right. Gunner's boss is saying that there is no love of the game over money in professional sports, bro. So it's saying at the end of the day, it's
It's the
down to
it's the
money.
money. Yeah, money incentive. Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah. But back then we used to just play for the love. Like we wasn't getting no incentives.
yeah. Yeah. All right. But I mean, is there anything that you want to say, you want to share with the persons out there who are watching and listening to you as we kind of put the pull the curtains down on this interview and saying, is there anything, any advice you want to give, anything, based on just your whole journey that you want to share? Um yeah.
Not really. Just the younger guys. Train hard. You know, that's what gonna make you be successful. You know, train hard. That's it.
Okay. All right, all right. I mean, how are you viewed in and I don't know how much, but when it comes on to be in Manchester, how renowned are you in Manchester?
Back then I
Football.
was well known. I was well known back then. You know, people get older, so you have new generation come up. Even one of my son, he went to work and he was working with this Jamaican guy, they were talking about soccer. They call it soccer here. And he said, my father used to play for Jamaica. And he said, what your father name? And he tell it, that's your father. He said, that's your father. Yeah.
Yeah, what I'll say is that like you don't hear a lot of names coming out of certain parishes in Jamaica. You don't hear a lot of names coming out of, like, let me give you some, like, Manchester. You don't hear a lot out of Saint Mary. You understand me? You don't hear a lot of names. There are certain parishes that they always seem to be sending out players, but over the years, so when there's someone in Manchester who has done well, we really want to big them up on that. Especially um, you know, the kind of career that he had, though very short, because two
Short,
years of
short.
football, broke into the national team, did well at Los Perfectos. Like I said, scored for the national in such a short space of time. It
Yeah.
is, it's a tremendous accomplishment. Many people have played way more games and have never scored a goal for Jamaica, and stuff. And you're able to do that. But let me get a couple more comments, and then we're going to put a lid on this interview. Edward Barnaby said, I can confirm that Mr. James did good for Lost P, and the players getting paid after each game was never a problem. Enough love, Sir Plummer, he says.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
yeah. And then Gunner's boss again said, practice, practice makes perfection. M-
Yes.
Man,
Practice, practice.
yeah,
You know.
Manchester to the world. Yeah,
Yeah.
Gunners, any people in the comment section, any more questions that you have that you want to ask of Garfield, as I'm getting ready to release him to go back to his regular. I know he's over there in New York, and there are a lot of there's a
And and that's snow. I forgot
and
I
a
do I go
snow,
shovel
right?
snow now.
Yeah. So and he said, is it true that when you're famous in country, you don't need to go market with money?
I don't know about that. I have to carry my money everywhere I go. But I remember back in high school that was different. You know,
Yeah.
the you know you're outstanding in your school, like Manchester High School. You used to have like people who used to come and watch you. You used to squeeze your little thing and lunch money and all of them thing there. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Back
man.
in
And
high
then
school, not at the club level.
yeah, man. And then Fildo still love saying, heal up Fildo. This is 100.
100. Yeah, I remember 100. He used to live in New York. Yeah, he went to West Indies College. Yeah, I remember him. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right, people, there you have it. Want to big up Mr. Garfield Fildo Plummer, Manchester High School, Holmwood Technical, Los Perfectos, Jamaica team. Not a lot of games, but scored um, a goal for Jamaica, assisted, as we were reminded, by Sir Joe Downer.
Oh
And
no.
so when I got the information, they said, listen, if you're talking about people who are from Manchester that are big baller, I don't know. This man is the man. I don't know that there are many that are above him, so you need to talk to him. So I want to thank you for coming on, taking the time to come and share your story and to share your journey with the viewers of I Am Sure Sports. Stay good. I know it's not the best weather there right now, so be safe, you and your family, and really appreciate you taking the time to be a part of this. So, yeah, man, all the best to you and your family.
Yeah, and thanks for having me. And one love, as Bob Marley said. Stay safe. And thank
Yeah,
you for having me.
you're welcome. All right then. Yeah, man. All right, so there you go, people. Mr. Garfield Fildo Plummer. Yeah, man. So good having him this morning. Let me just get a couple of the comments so you can hear the Mr. Plummer. Take good care and long life and long and prosperous life to you and your family. Paper plate says, "Big up Manchester High School ballers." And he says, "Let your light so shine." I think that's probably have to do with the motto down there at Manchester High School. But I want to thank you all for tuning in at this time of the day to I Am Sure Sports to watch our interview with Mr. Garfield Fildo Plummer. Very good one, informative. Um, you just these are the stories out there that you don't know. Not because he's not from one of those traditional high school or his school didn't do well in the sport doesn't mean that he didn't have an impact. Because that Las Perfectas team back in those days was a very good club that did exceptionally well in such a short block in the National Premier League, right? Um, yes, so Fitzgerald, yeah. Please let me know when is the best time to call. All right. When the show is finished, man, give me a call. As soon as this is finished, you can give me a call. All right. So, want to say again, big thank you to you. Also, big thank you to our sponsors, Prestige Finance, lending a helping hand when you need it most. You can call them at 876-884-7390. And if you let them know that you heard about them from I Am Sure Sports, here's what they will do. They will have you get a loan up to $100,000. Bam, that's number one. No processing fee, same day processing, between 0 to 4% interest rate. You want to start a small business, get out a little spot of bother, or something else, just call Prestige Finance. Also, want to thank Launch Legacy. Yes, Launch Legacy, right? Launch Legacy. Handle risk, seek legacy. So, for all your personal insurance needs in Canada and the USA, visit them at launchlegacy.com or call or text 647-989-0782. That's Launch Legacy. Listen, if you are getting older, which you will eventually do, you want to start getting your money to work for you. Instead of spending all your days working for money, let your money do the work. Launch Legacy is the place to help you. Give them a call if you're in Canada or the USA. At least get the information. Let them know that you heard about them from I Am Sure Sports, and they will give you the best financial products to meet and suit your needs. Remember, we have a couple of shows coming up. We have a 5:30 show when we go have several former reggae boys previewing the Panama, sorry, versus Jamaica game tomorrow. So we're going to have them at 5:30 this evening. But before that, we're going to do a show focusing on the schoolboy football finals, the Olivia Shield between Garvey Massey and Kingston College. And then right after that, we're going to do our JPL show previewing the JPL games for this round. Again, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. And it was a pleasure having your company for another show on I Am Sure Sports. Remember to hit the like button. Please like the video. Don't just leave without liking. Like the video, share the content, and if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, do so. That's one way you can support the work that we are doing. Thank you again and enjoy the rest of your day.